Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. This is a follow up to the video I put out earlier today on the murder of Fred Hampton, December 4th, 1969, by the Chicago police and the FBI. I showed in that video how his murder had everything to do with the National Football League, which might sound bizarre. Here's what I missed in that video, and I can't believe I missed this. I mean, this would have made the video that much more powerful. Somebody who watched the video asked me if I was aware of this. This past Sunday, December 4th, 2016, the 47-year anniversary of the murder of Fred Hampton in Chicago, Colin Kaepernick of the 49ers was in Chicago playing against the Bears and wearing a Fred Hampton t-shirt. And you might see that and go, well, that makes a lot of sense. He's trying to make a stand. It's the anniversary of the date, so of course he's going to wear that t-shirt. If you're not aware of what I've been showing all football season, Colin Kaepernick has been used as a symbol, as a tribute to the Black Panther Party of the past. In the preseason, when he became the national news focus for not participating in the preseason game flag worship ritual, I showed in a video why he was chosen for this national news story, how it was a tribute to the Black Panthers, and it was a very specific tribute to the 1968 Black Power salute at the Mexico City Summer Olympics. I will link that video in the description, as well as the video I made this morning. If you have not seen those videos, I highly recommend you take the time to watch them. They're both a little long, but they are packed with information that everyone needs to know. Professional athletes, celebrities, musicians, actors, politicians, these people who are often on TV, they are used as puppets by the gang that pays them, which is the gang that controls money in this world. All of those groups I just mentioned of people, they're all paid very well compared to we the masses, the people who slave for minimum wage, some of us. A lot of us work hard a year for salaries of $30,000 to $50,000, which is just pennies on the dollar compared to what these celebrities make. Anyway, these celebrities, people don't realize how they are used as puppets. Colin Kaepernick's protest this year, there's nothing organic about it. Him growing out his hair like he's a member of the Black Power movement in the 60s, nothing organic about it. He is being told to do this. This is why he's getting his salary this year. So let me show you what is going on here, the full riddle behind this tribute of him specifically wearing this shirt on this date. It has everything to do with Super Bowl 50 last year as well, as I explained in today's earlier video, and as I was explaining last year in November before the Super Bowl even happened. You can go back and watch all the videos I put out last year on the rigged NFL and what it had to do with the Black Panthers, what it had to do with the race war being purposefully contrived in the media right now, all these black on white headlines. Last year in November, I was saying the Super Bowl will be the Broncos over the Carolina Panthers for the race war symbolism. As the season went on, I said Von Miller would be the MVP. I said there would be a Black Panther tribute, which there was with Beyonce and her dancers at halftime. I have been on this since before it happened. So if what I'm saying to you sounds crazy, just realize I'm exposing crazy people. Now let's get into this. Colin Kaepernick, December 4th, 2016, the 47-year anniversary of the murder of Fred Hampton, again by the Chicago police and FBI. On this day, the anniversary, he's wearing the Fred Hampton t-shirt, former Black Panther Party leader in Chicago. And I just want to say what I brought up this summer when Colin Kaepernick had his first protest and national recognition in the news. Colin Kaepernick in gematria sums to the same thing as Black Panther Party. 74, a very important number of the Freemasons and Zionist Jews who govern over this nation, who created this nation by the numbers, and have ran it by the numbers ever since. There's a reason our Independence Day is July 4th. Look at these words. Jewish 74, Masonic 74, gematria 74, English 74. Gematria is what we're doing, the practice of coding numbers into words. Alphabets thousands of years old are based on gematria. English is only a few hundred years old, and you can bet your bottom dollar it's based on gematria. Our holiday for Independence Day is 7/4, July 4th. Independence Day equals 74. Holiday 74, and so much more. So look at this. He's in Chicago. Fred Hampton was murdered in Chicago. The 49ers were playing in Chicago on the 47-year anniversary of his murder. Chicago's the birthplace of the National Football League. The day Fred Hampton was murdered, December 4th, 69, that's a date with 85 numerology. National Football League equals 85. One of the two original founding teams of the National Football League in Chicago are the Arizona Cardinals. They were originally the Chicago Cardinals. The CC, the 33, like the Chicago Cubs. Anyway, the movie Jerry Maguire, which came out in 96, the main character is Rod Tidwell. Tidwell in gematria equals 85. He wears the number 85. National Football League equals 85. I did a video last year showing how this was further confirmation that the Super Bowl would be Broncos and Panthers. There's a whole lot more to it. Do you remember when Obama called the Broncos to congratulate them after they won? You can go back and listen to that conversation still. It's online. Just search Barack Obama, Denver Broncos, congratulations. It'll come up. The first thing he says to him is, "You guys reminded me an awful lot of the 85 Bears." Ron Rivera, the coach of the Panthers, played on the 85 Bears, plus a whole lot more. But just look at it. Tidwell, 85, number 85, Cardinals, originally from Chicago. The same people who make your movies are the same people who run your news, who run your government, who own your professional sports leagues. It's the same gang. The people who control the money control it all. All of this stuff comes back to money. It's all dollars and cents. The way Jerry Maguire ends this film came out in 96. Fred Hampton died 96 days after his birthday. Freemason equals 96. The way this film ends is with a Black Power salute by the brother of Rod Tidwell. And we'll talk about what the name Rod Tidwell has to do with Black Panther Party. There's another parallel there with his full name. The full character name is Rod Tidwell. All right, so those points are covered. Colin Kaepernick was here in Chicago on the 47-year anniversary of the death of the Black Panther Party leader. 47, the reflection of 74, you know. By the way, out of the 50 states, only one sums to 74, and that's the 33rd state. If you don't know Freemasonry, they're fixated on the number 33. Only the 33rd state sums to 74. The name Fred equals 33. The name Hampton equals 33. His birth numerology is 33. I cover all this in the longer videos linked in the description, the one I put out earlier today. So check this out. The 49ers hosted last year's Super Bowl. The one with the race war symbolism. The Black Panther, the White Bronco. And oh, by the way, regarding the actor in this movie, Jerry Maguire, that came out in 96, he came out in the FX special the weekend before this past Super Bowl, playing the part of O.J. Simpson, another psychological operations race war agenda item using a former football player. The entire O.J. Simpson story is centered around 33. But anyway, that new TV show came out on FX that began with the white Bronco chase and Cuba Gooding Jr. playing the part. I'll link the video I put out earlier this year on that TV show and how trippy it is, why Cuba Gooding Jr. has been the man for these parts. It's mind-blowing, all the stuff that's synced up into this. But anyhow, this past Super Bowl was hosted near the Bay Area. The Black Panther Party was established in Oakland in 1966, the season of the first Super Bowl season for the NFL. It was the 47th season of the NFL. Anyway, Oakland equals 58. Huey P. Newton's the founder of the Black Panther Party. That equals 58, his name. Freemasonry 58, Secret Society 58. The reason I predicted Von Miller would be the MVP is because he wears number 58. And he was drafted one pick after Cam Newton in 2011. Cam Newton literally became the 58th quarterback to start in a Super Bowl last year with the Black Panther on the side of his helmet. Cam Newton, Huey P. Newton started the Black Panther Party. Check this out. The 2011 NFL Draft, Cam Newton was number 1. Von Miller was number 2. I pointed these things out before the game was played. Look at Colin Kaepernick. He was part of that draft as well. Colin Kaepernick, this 2011 draft class, he was the 36th overall pick by the 49ers, who hosted the Super Bowl. And look at who he came through. The pick came through Denver. Look at this triangulation. The race war symbolism teams, the white Bronco, the Carolina Panthers. Kaepernick's playing in the Bay Area, not far from Oakland. Got him growing out the afro. He's got the name gematria. Look at the coordinates for Oakland and San Francisco. 122. BPP for Black Panther Party and Jewish gematria, the abbreviation, equals 122. Show you a couple quick more with the gematria for San Francisco. San Francisco just hosted Super Bowl 50, right? 50. And simple English gematria, San Francisco also sums to 122, just like the name Rod Tidwell. And again, Rod Tidwell is the name of the character in Jerry Maguire, which came out in 96. Fred Hampton died 96 days after his birthday. Jerry Maguire ends with the Black Power salute from the brother of Rod Tidwell. He's got his African colors on the t-shirt, doing the salute, just like the 1968 Olympians. The first Super Bowl season, 1966, the 47th season of the NFL. Again, the word foundation equals 47, so does framework. The Freemasons have Euclid's 47th problem about how to establish foundation, number of fixation. Black Panther Party established in 66. Black nationalism has gematria of 66. NFL has gematria of 66. See how this all comes together so nicely? In the 66th book of the Bible, think about Christianity, football, Sunday. In the 66th book of the Bible, it says the false Jews will rule in the end times. Those are your Zionist Jews. That's who controls your money. That's who effectively is running this world. Gematria is a Jewish practice. These people have things planned way in advance. Cam Newton, Colin Kaepernick, these people are born. They are characters. They are groomed for their role as athletes, as the puppets they'll be used for. And it's not just these two. This has been going on for a long time. The Freemasons have been running the world this way. And it is time to put it to an end. Colin Kaepernick, his birthday is November 3rd. 113. Mainstream equals 113. Dishonest 113. Bava Kama 113a says it's okay for somebody who's Jewish to lie to somebody who isn't. Colin Kaepernick's also 29 years old this year. Football, the small way equals 29. Might be why he's getting hazed in a way, being used in these rituals. And realize, all of these news about Colin Kaepernick, they're just meant to divide people. You know, some people will say, well, good for him. Fuck the flag. Fuck this bullshit anthem. Like me. That's how I feel. I stopped saluting the flag when I was a child. I'd get sent to the office over it. You know, what are we doing worshiping flags? It's so stupid. Saying these words, we don't even know what they mean. They have us saying this shit when we're kids and we don't even know, what it means. We're all getting programmed. We got to say, fuck all this bullshit. And if Colin Kaepernick was doing this as an honest man, it'd be a different story. But instead, he's just being a puppet, doing what he's got to do to collect his $16 million a year, which I think is exactly what his salary is. Somebody else in the video pointed out that Jay-Z has the birthday of Fred Hampton, or he has the same birthday that Fred Hampton died. Fred Hampton died the exact day that Jay-Z was born. Jay-Z just turned 47 on this day. Brooklyn, New York, where he claims his home, has that gematria of 223, like Masonic, like the Synagogue of Satan. It's obvious what his rap nickname is all about, Sean Corey Carter also has gematria of 88, like HH for hip-hop, 88, born and named accordingly. So I will link this video in the description. I'll look up my, let's just see how we would look it up together. Some of you guys asked how to search for my videos. I mean, you just got to use keywords plus my name. It'll bring most things up. So I got several videos on Colin Kaepernick and news created about him by the numbers. I'll link this in the description. You can check out these videos. The first one I put out on him is the best. Right here. That's this one. 58 minutes. I didn't mean to do that. I never mean to do anything with my times, you guys. I mean, if you can see what the screen looks like right now, it's exactly what I'm looking at when I record. I just record these videos, and when I'm done, I'm done. Some people are like, well, Zach, why did you make your video this long? I'm just saying, well, that's how long I was talking for. You know, sometimes the numbers can fall organically. So yeah, we covered it all, Truth Seeker. This should have been in the last video, but you know what? The last video was good. People like it. And now there's even more to the story. And there's always more to the story. That's the reminder, Truth Seeker. You can always take this knowledge and take it further. There's always things I miss. And I can't believe how crucial this piece I missed was in light of saying how the NFL and his death are all synced up. Here it happened this past Sunday. It slipped right through the cracks. I didn't even know. Yeah, you want to practice your gematria skills, go back and watch Jerry Maguire, or for a matter of fact, watch any of these movies from Hollywood. They're all coded to the teeth, every last one of them. This is what this gang's always doing. Coding out the information they put out, giving tributes in the past, things you'll never catch unless you're really paying attention, thinking about things, decoding, looking for the patterns and numbers. They do this stuff to us all the time. You know, those of you who've researched 9/11, you know how much predictive programming there was for September 11th. Guess what? They got predictive programming for their rigged sports championships. Something else I showed. You know, I'll just show you guys how you can do these things so quickly together when you're researching. You can look for like the head-to-heads for sports teams and see what their scores have been in the past. Oftentimes it's revealing. Check this out. Denver Broncos versus Carolina Panthers head-to-head. This should pull up the Pro Football Reference. This will show all of the games for every team in the history of a team that they played against. So this is the Denver Broncos. We want to see their game history against the Carolina Panthers. They had two recent games, right? They opened the season. It was the first game this year. And if you missed my preview video, I said how this game was going to be all about number 41. And people were laughing their asses off when the game ended with a sum of 41 points. I said why the Broncos would win, why they'd beat the Panthers, and to look for 41. Super Bowl equals 41. They just met in the Super Bowl. The time before that they met was in the Super Bowl, and the time before they met in the Super Bowl, look at what it was. November 11th, 2012, and the sum of the game was 50 points. I was saying last year at this time, I was saying there's a major clue. These are going to be your teams for Super Bowl 50. The last time they played, 50 points. And what else did I show? What else did I show last year that showed up in the score of the game? In Super Bowl 24, the 49ers played the Broncos, and the 49ers whooped their ass 55-10. Last year, the Broncos were 55 years old, and so was John Elway, who got his ass whooped in that Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl over the Panthers with 24 points, 24-10. They got whooped in Super Bowl 24, 55-10. Then when Elway and the Broncos are 55, they go on and win the Super Bowl in the 49ers stadium. And I'll show you something real quick about 24 and 50. What do you think 24 sums to? 50. Super Bowl 50. Winning with 24 points. Here's something else you should know that I documented before the game. The name of the 49ers stadium is Levi's Stadium. Denver Broncos in gematria sums to the same thing as Levi's Stadium. This is what's going on in the world. You know, the naming of these stadiums, the scripting of the schedules, it's all planned. Think about that, 49er fans. Your stadium was built as a ritual for a different football team, and you paid for it, you taxpayers. The Zionist Jews, they really know how to punk us, to mock us. This is a sick gang that rules over us. This is a gang that needs to be wiped from the face of the earth. Absolutely. No questions asked. None. From the murder of Fred Hampton to everything else. That's what they're responsible for. Until next time. encore. There's one last important point that needs to be made. With regards to this game that the Broncos and Panthers played each other in before Super Bowl 50, the date was November 11th. 11 times 11 is 121. This past year's Super Bowl was in Santa Clara, which is on the 121st meridian. That's where the 49ers Stadium is now. The 121st meridian. Again, the square root of 121 is 11. Football is a game of 11 on 11, the master number in numerology. From the date of the Super Bowl, February 7th, to the date that the Broncos went to the White House was 121 days. The Broncos went to the White House on June 6th, 121 days after the Super Bowl, after winning on the 121st meridian, and in light of this game on 11/11. June 6th was the day they went to the White House. If you count 1 through 11 and add all those numbers together, it sums to 66. Again, the first Super Bowl was in the 66 season. The Black Panther Party was established in 66. If you write out 50 as a word in gematria, it also sums to 66. Super Bowl 50 on the 121st meridian. Anyhow, all of these numbers come together. 66 corresponds with the Bible. Revelation is the 66th book of the Bible. In gematria, Revelation sums to 121. 121 the big way, 49 the small way. Think about the 49ers hosting on the 121st meridian. The Broncos going to the White House 121 days later. In Revelation, there's white horse symbolism like the Denver Broncos. Washington, where they went, also sums to 49. And before Washington, the capital was Philadelphia and New York, both cities with major Revelation connections in their establishment, plus Philadelphia is named from the book of Revelation. So there it is, Again, I don't know how anyone can deny this work, Truth Seeker, but I know a lot of people do. Cognitive dissonance, a powerful thing. All right, this time I'm out for real.